What's up guys? So I just managed to finish my Stygian Onslaught Dire clear. I'm very happy about it. It did take me quite a few days, and to be honest I didn't even think I was going to be able to do it this time. And it wasn't until I learned about the cheeses that you can do with Jean, and it actually took me a few days to get it, and that just blew the whole thing open, even though it took quite a bit of strategy for the Skirk clear and for the Nefer clear. So I'm going to show you my clears and then explain some of the strats that I did. So that first one was the Skirk clear. I'm just going to show my builds quickly. It's not the best Skirk, but it's pretty good. I think it's like 30, maybe 31 substats, I'm not sure. This is my Escoffier. Both Escoffier and Farina need a lot of ER in this team. Unfortunately, Skirk teams in general, in Stygian Onslaught, it's super rough. You need a lot of ER. So yeah, this is what I bought for Farina. Tenacity, very important. And then Seat Lally. Seat Lally's shield is very useful here. So that's the builds. There are a few strategies. The first one is that I do burn Seat Lally's TTDS on Skirk very early. That's so it comes back off cooldown when I'm starting my damage window. And to get to that damage window, I utilize Skirk's physical attacks, because if you know, Skirk's physical attacks has a lot of hits. It breaks the boss's shield, and then once the shield's gone, it lets me do Skirk's like super damage window, which is her burst into her normal attacks. And I didn't even play this perfectly. My Farina had kind of scuffed energy. Even that 240 I had was not quite enough. So I could have got an even faster clear. There was lots of room for optimization.
No more lies.
This made her deliver. Sharing my knowledge.
I stand against the long night and burn the darkness.
Don't claw.
It all adds up. No more lies. Seek within.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Leave this place. By the frost.
I stand against the long night. Committed to memory. Share my knowledge.
Forest, protect us for the everlasting.
Chew on this. It all adds up. Can't hide the truth. The mystery unravels.
Grow, grow, grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
You pour a last land with one hope.
Good luck! Leading down!
Everlasting starlight! Dispel the dark!
Committed to memory, sharing my knowledge!
Leave this place for the everlasting.
Flash attack!
It all adds up.
Nice, we did it. And as I talked about it in my last video, I don't know what kind of steroids they gave this boss, but I still can't believe, even though I did the clear, I can't believe they designed this boss to where even if you have Nefer, Lauma, and you got Nefer on a signature weapon, like you've invested well into this team, and this boss is supposed to be shitting this team, it's still very hard. Like, I still can't believe that you have to play sustainless and you have to play well. Anyway, here's my builds. My Nefer build is honestly very mid, which I'm quite disappointed about, but maybe it gives you belief. I have got a signature weapon, but I believe this is 27 substats, and it's basically carried by my god roll here. 27 substats for a hyper carry, very underwhelming. My rest of my investment's pretty good. This is my Lauma investment. You do need a lot of ER on her, unfortunately, and this is the event craftable. I've just got it customized. I've got her on the Silk Moon set. I'm just focusing on ER and EM, very normal. Got my Aino, she has a decent amount of ER. You can do the clear with the event weapon or with Favonia's Greatsword if you want. I used the event weapon. It's just a little bit more consistent because you don't have to wait for the particles. And then I got her on Instructor. My Instructor set's not the best, but as long as you have as much ER as you can, it's quite nice. C1 as well. I wish I had more constellations on Aino. If I had a C6, wow, this would have been so much more easier. Her talent space, you don't matter. So Aino is very cheap to invest in. Last character was Nahida. I've seen people try Nahida or Sucrose. I managed to get it with Nahida though. Favonia's Codex was very nice for battering the team. And then she's on Deepwood. Her build doesn't really matter that much as long as you can get her burst back. Probably one of the most important things is to make sure the boss is always within Aino's burst range, which is a pretty big burst range, relatively speaking. But in game, in practice, even a big burst like this is sometimes not big enough, and that boss will be zooming around all over the place. And if he's even off Aino's burst for a few seconds, it'll completely brick your Nefer stack, so you don't want to do that. The other thing is you want to get god timing. There's no other way I can say it, but you want to make sure when you're doing your setups and you're doing Nefer's charge attacks, ideally it lines up so when you're able to dash and dodge his attacks at the same time, you really don't want to get hit too much because, you know, just maybe 3 hits and Nefer's dead. So you want the timing to line up, and that goes double in the phase 2, because when he's in the phase 2 you do need to absolutely make sure you're dodging a lot, and then you just want to keep on dodging. Ideally, you know, when you're setting up your team's stuff, that's when he's doing his big attacks, but you might not get that RNG. It will just take a lot of practice. Do make sure you know how to do her dash cancels well, because without those dash cancels I don't even know how I'd meet the DPS threshold. I don't think that boss was balanced well at all.
Light it up! Brilliant! Let's light it up! Which is near its end. Let's play! Everybody stand back! Pyroclastic surge! Apologies. Try and stop! Bring it! The banquet is nearing its end. Joyous times.
last clear, my Mavuika Jean clear, I did cover that in its own video, so you can check that out if you want to see it. Again, it's entirely to do with abusing the cheese, timing Jean's skill to deal the collision damage or the full damage, whatever you want to call it. Check that video out if you want to learn more. But I do want to give my thoughts on this Stygian Onslaught as a whole, which I did kind of talk about in my power creep video. But again, I will restate, I do think the Stygian Onslaught is trending to be more difficult, more shilling, and definitely more tedious. I predicted in my last video that they would get annoyed at how many people were cheesing with their llama team and they would make the boss harder, and yeah, not even Lightkeeper but Herra, they definitely made it so your llama was not good enough by herself. I also think a lot of people did like how you could cheese these bosses because they are like human bosses who are susceptible to full damage. I don't think they like this at all, and they're probably not going to bring it back. So I think between the llama cheese here and the Jean or Siegeman cheeses here, we got away with it, and I can't even imagine how much harder the next season will be. I am happy that I cleared Dire, but even if I didn't clear Dire, I'm not unhappy that I skipped Flynn's or Nefer. I like Nefer and I might get her in the future, but I am not going to get Flynn's just because he might help me clear. And I think you should not change your mindset if that's your mindset. Just don't expect to do the same difficulty every single time, but just keep pulling who you like. I think that's the best strategy. And yeah, let me know your guys' experience. Maybe you could learn the strats from this video and maybe I can help you do your Stygian. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.